Yo guys, what is up? Max in our video, and today we're talking about Synced. Now, Synced is a new looter shooter game. It's out as an open beta right now. It's got a month-long open beta on PC only, and I haven't seen anyone really talking about this game or playing it or streaming it. And I saw that it was out, and I kind of felt obligated to play it, and I wasn't looking forward to playing it genuinely. I just kind of wanted to like see what it was about, and then I ended up having a lot of fun. There are definitely some issues that we're going to talk about, but it's doing some new things that I haven't seen done in the looter shooter genre before, and I now have put like 10 hours into the game, and I've been enjoying myself. So I kind of want to go over what this game is, so to bring some attention to it, and so that you guys can either decide if you're interested or not. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get right into it. I'm working my way to this, oh wow, look, they're jumping through the windows. Oh my god. Okay. So we're gonna do a general overview of what the game is, and then we'll talk about the things that I do and don't like. Now, this is a persistent looter shooter meets roguelike. What I mean by that is you have your character, there's multiple different classes, they have different abilities, different passives, as well as your PvE perks. Now, I say PvE perks because your PvE perks are separate from your PvP perks, but this is kind of what your loadout looks like. You've got a character, you've got a few different perks, you've got a few different guns, you've got a weapon mod, and you've got a companion in a nano. This game has these like summons that you can build around, customize, and use them to protect you, use them to highlight enemies, use them to be snipers for you, use them to be tanks. Really depends on what kind of playstyle you're going for. I find them actually pretty cool. But this is your loadout that you go into a PvE mission. As you kill enemies in those PvE missions, you'll earn the credit in-game. And that credit can be used to pick up perks, to upgrade your armor, upgrade your health, upgrade the tier of your weapon. You start with a common weapon, no matter what you have loadout, it's a common grade weapon, and you can upgrade that to legendary, increasing the damage of that weapon. Your perks that you get are only for this, like, let's call it an expedition. So they only last for the expedition. Once you beat it, you're out. It'll give you new perks and new things for your persistent character, but all of the like little perks that you gained, they go away after. And just give you an idea of some of the perks. For example, I was using the fire character, and I got an ability that whenever I applied a fire dot to an enemy or a dot, it would spread a wave of affliction, applying dots to other enemies. Then I got another perk that increased the duration of dots whenever I applied them on them. And then I got a another perk that if I killed an enemy who was dotted, they would explode. And I basically got a build where I would just light everything on fire, and then they would explode and chain damage to different enemies, and nothing would survive more than a few seconds. It was really cool, but as soon as that mission is over, I'm back to kind of square one, where maybe I'll go for more of a companion build and grab all the perks associated with my companion. So it does have persistent looter shooter elements, but it is also has those like roguelike elements. And I think this is kind of the cool part about this game. It does at first glance look pretty generic, but I think this is quite different, and I've been enjoying this aspect of it. Next up, we get to the PvP mode. I would best describe the PvP as the Division's Dark Zone meets Destiny's Gambit meets PUBG.
Tagged him.
Down one.
Found me.
Down two. So basically, there's 4 teams of 3. It's 12 players on a team. The map is quite small. You're going to be engaging and fighting with people constantly. You can definitely go to the outskirts and do some of the outskirts objectives, but it is like a fast-paced PvP experience. The time to kill is very quick. Snipers are one-shots. You can kill an enemy in like 3 bursts from the M16 that I use, 2 to 3 bursts, and you can kill them once they're down relatively quickly. The way that the PvP works, though, is that there's different objectives, different bosses that spawn on the map, and it is a race kind of to get the most points. So you're doing objectives around the map. There's going to be areas of interest to go to that give a ton of points. That's going to be highly contested. But the winner of the match is the team that has the most points at the end. However, there's a twist. If you die, or you only have 3 lives. So if you die all 3 times, you're permanently out of the game. You cannot get back into it. So a lot of the games play out in that there's like 2 teams left. 2 of the teams will get kicked out, and then there's 2 teams fighting for the last points. And when you kill other players, you can steal some of their points. So the PvP has been pretty fun, actually. Time to kill is fast. The Guardians, or like the Nanos, are a little overpowered, but you can kind of go more of a PvE route and get as much points as you want, or like just chase other players and fight constantly. I've been having a good time with it. My biggest critique about the PvP right now, honestly, and this goes for PvE, is the guns are a little floaty and a little awkward to use. I feel pretty confident on controller, and this game's shooting is a little wonky. The guns definitely have a lot of kick, and there's an aim assist that's like too strong in PvE, and then like no aim assist in the PvP. So like my first time shooting my gun, it just like went everywhere, and I was like, what is happening? It's down, there's players there. Oh my god, this LMG.
Yeah, so these are like
that thing
drops.
is crazy. But the attachments will definitely help with that. But overall, I enjoyed the PvP. Not a PvP person, but it definitely has its different like draws in terms of the players that it'll bring to it. And also with PvP comes PvP perks. So you still bring your character, you still have perk loadouts, but the perks are very different and they are standardized. So you're not going to bring in a build that is just going to destroy everyone because they are more standardized. But for example, some of my PvP perks are knocking down or eliminating runners fully reloads your current weapon. This is awesome for me. When your health dips below 30%, movement speed increases for 5 seconds, and using a med kit restores your companion nanos. I don't have anything in that fourth slot, but you can kind of go into with a PvP build. You're not going to like, your power level doesn't factor into PvP. You're not getting much of an advantage over players, but you can still kind of customize your PvP experience to what you want to bring into it, which is cool. And lastly, some pros and cons, things I like, things I don't like, things that you should absolutely be aware of if you play this game. First off, the beta is till January 15th. It is PC only. This game is coming to all platforms or consoles and plus PC when it does fully launch. We do not have a launch date for it. This game does not have any solo play at all, besides having AFK teammates in your games, which is really annoying. But you cannot play solo. It match makes you every time with teammates, and teammates are quite important, and there's not a lot of good ways to communicate with your teammates besides pinging. There is in-game voice chat, which you can use. I don't think you can like type chat to other players. However, another thing is players are getting error codes on this game that are currently a permanent error code that if you get, you will not be able to play the game anymore. It happened to one of my streamer friends, so she got the error code, and now she can never connect to the server again. Hoping the devs fix that, but I just want you guys to know everything that there is about this game. So that is also happening, and that's kind of the big draws. Once again, the shooting's not great. The enemy diversity could definitely use some work, but I think this is genuinely being overlooked because at first glance, gonna be honest with you, it does kind of look generic. It does. I thought it looked a little bit mobile gamey when I first saw it, but this game is doing some new things. Like, people kept coming into my stream being like, what would you compare this game to? And it's really hard to genuinely compare this game. Obviously, it looks a bit like The Division. It looks a bit like Outriders, but those games are so different because they didn't have these roguelite elements into it. They didn't have these runs where like kind of you would build up a character during the run and then it would reset, but you still have that persistent grind. One of my biggest issues with roguelites is I would do a run and then I die and then I kind of start from square one. You're never really starting from square one with this because you're getting persistent progression with your character, which I personally really like. This game is doing some new things. It does have some issues. It is a free-to-play game. It's already got a season pass, and who knows what the microtransactions will be like. If it'll be pay-to-win, I hope not. But I've been enjoying it, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll have a link if you want to check it out to the website. I will catch y'all guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.
Where the hell are you going? Stay with the harvester and see this thing through.
Is there friendly fire?
Yeah, enemies behind us.
Move.
Oh, they just...
Whoa.
Hey, we got first.
I was like, whoa, I'm slow-mo.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Catch you back at Haven.